So I was stealth camping out of a small minivan for the good part of 5 months back in 2020, and today I want to share what my night routine was like as I was stealth camping in the van. And I didn't film any of this for safety reasons. So I was a solo woman living out of a vehicle, and one of probably the least safe things to do would be to show the locations of where you are and post that to the internet. So I didn't film anything for this. This is more of just a story time of me talking to you guys about what my night routine was like, because I've never heard a night routine quite like this before. So I thought if someone else might enjoy listening to this too. So my evening routine would start by me finding a public bathroom. So it would either be at a coffee shop or a gym, and I would go into the bathroom and do all of my regular night routine stuff, like washing my face, brushing my teeth. I'd put on some comfy clothes that I would be sleeping in, and then in the parking lot I would prep the bed in the van, and I'd get the window covers ready, because when I would arrive at the place where I would be parking overnight, I'd want it to go as quickly as possible, because with stealth camping you're technically parking somewhere that you're not really supposed to be sleeping in a vehicle overnight. And so you want to be stealthy and not be noticed, and it all has to happen really quick and in a way that's unnoticed. And so I would make sure that everything would be prepped before I would actually get to the spot where I would park for the night. And so in the parking lot of either the gym or the coffee shop, I'd prep things and get at least the window covers for the front of the van would be prepped in the front seat, ready so that I could just park the van and put them up right away. And then the window covers for all the back windows would also be ready on the bed, and everything would be ready for me to just plop into the bed as soon as I parked. And with stealth camping, typically the fear, well, there's a couple different fears. One is you're sleeping in a vehicle at night somewhere public where you just don't know who might be around or what might happen. And then because you're technically not supposed to be parked in that particular area sleeping in a vehicle at night, you also don't want anyone to see you, because the fear is getting the knock at night, which is the police comes and knocks on your window and tells you can't be sleeping here, and then you have to leave in the middle of the night. And so I wanted to respect the people who lived near where I would be stealth camping, and I didn't want to draw any attention to myself. I didn't want anyone to know that I was sleeping in a vehicle where I was. And so what I would do to kind of psych myself up and prep myself mentally to be doing this, because it's not really a normal way to sleep. Like, I had never done this before doing this 5-month experience. And what I would do is I would usually drive around the area, like kind of making like a circle or two. And while I was driving, I would visualize. So this is where like I kind of laugh at myself when I think of my night routine, because usually you see on YouTube videos of like my healthy night routine, and it's all this like nice, like step by step, like relaxing stuff. And then for me, it was like very like witch vibes, in the sense of like I'm like casting spells and visualizing things. So I'm gonna get into that now, exactly what I would do. So I drive around at night, so it's like pitch black. I'm driving, I'm prepped to be just plopping into the bed once I like park. But to get myself ready to do this, I drive around and I visualize. It's almost like a prayer, or like, that's where I'm saying like a spell, like whatever you might see it as. I would like visualize it and pray for all the people who would be around, like within eyesight of the vehicle. So anyone who would be able to see the vehicle in any way, that they're all distracted and focused on something else when I arrive, when I park, when I put up the window covers, when I get into the bed, all the people. So I visualize, it's almost like I visualize this fog, and like, this is how I would see it. Like, I was driving, so I don't think I was using my hands, but I imagined it being like this, like where I would see this fog, like I would visualize a fog being put up over everyone that would have any way of seeing me. So I'd visualize this fog around all of them, and I would visualize them all being busy doing their own night routines, or watching TV, or getting lunch ready for the next day, or whatever they were doing. They were all busy. So everyone was busy, focused on something else, distracted. The fog is up. And I would just do that and visualize it. And then once I got confident enough in like the fog, the fog is up, everyone's distracted, then I would make my move and get into the spot where I was going to be sleeping for the night. So I'd get into the spot, everyone's got the fog around. As soon as I would stop, because the other thing too is like, a lot of times if people have a window open, or they can hear, like normally when a car comes, if they hear a car stopping, normally someone would open the door to the car and close it. So it's all like normal, natural things that people would be used to hearing, that like if they, like, people can just sense things. I don't know if you can hear the whatever it's called, the police siren going off as I'm saying this, but people like can normally sense these types of things, and so if they can sense and hear a vehicle arrive and not hear a door close, they might get like interested or curious or like look to see what's going on. And so this is where I just wanted them all to be distracted, like they're all listening to music, watching TV, like they can't hear me, they don't notice me at all. The fog is up. So once the fog is up, and I know everyone's distracted, because this is what would happen was I'd show up, I'd stop the car, and even before this I would prep like literally everything in the car how I like to have it before I would sleep. It would all be prepped before I show up, so that as soon as I show up in the spot where I'm going to park, I just turn the car off, I put up all the front window covers, I jump into the back, like I don't open the door, I go like I climb through like the front seat into the back where the bed is. And then I put up all the window covers in the back, and I turn on the fan, and I get into bed. And then once I'm in the bed, I usually say a prayer that I be kept safe and protected, and I would see this white light surrounding me, and I would envision all of my ancestors and loved ones who've passed, who are all there protecting me and keeping me safe overnight. And so that was my stealth camping night routine. And this fog was very successful because I never got the knock, and no one, as far as I know, no one ever knew that I was sleeping in that vehicle, and so everything went well every night. I was always kept safe and protected. So prayers and witchy fogs being put up are, in my experience, the best night routine for stealth camping in a vehicle. So I'd love to know if you have any questions, so let me know in the comments. If you've ever done stealth camping or you have any other tips, I'd love for you to give them to us too in the comments. And if you want to check out any other videos, I've got a whole playlist on my van life experience, so I'll link that here for you. And then here I'll put a different video that you might be interested in seeing. So if this video helped you in any way, or if you enjoyed it, then please give it a thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't already, and click the notification bell so you get notified every time I post a new video. And thanks so much for being here. May you be happy, healthy, and free. Bye.